Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board this Airbus A320 flying from 2014 to 2020. My name is Sebastian and I'm the captain of this flight. And before takeoff, I would like to introduce you to my consulting team and their tasks on board Easyjet flight 2020. Once airborne, our senior first officer Thomas will provide you with some more information on our flight path and weather en route. He will also introduce you on the mission and vision, financial status, as well as current strategic drivers of Easyjet. Once we have reached our cruising altitude, our chef de cabine Pavel will elaborate on internal and external influences to be considered for a safe and sound journey to 2020. Together with his strategy experts, Bart and Thomas, they will carry you all elements relevant to business and corporate strategic choices of Easyjet. We hope you will enjoy the experience of flying with us today and kindly ask you to switch off all electronic devices for takeoff. Strategy attendants, all doors in flight and cross-check. Before we're going to dive into concrete strategic measures and proposals for Easyjet, I would like to furnish you with some further information on how Easyjet actually got to where they are today. In 1995, Easyjet was founded, and since then they have managed to grow an expansive intra-European point-to-point network. They are operating a homogeneous fleet, run a very lean operation, and also possess a strong sub-portfolio, especially at major European airports which are growth restricted. With roughly 4 billion in sales and almost a double-digit profit margin in 2013, Easyjet was one of the few European airlines with a very, very strong cash position, with a very, very sound financial setup. And the question that you may ask now is, why are we here? What are we doing? What is our task? But as a matter of fact, the industry is changing, and also companies need to adapt to these changes of the industry. And there are some headwinds ahead, and competition will always be one of them. There will be more and more low-cost carriers coming to the market, but also hybrid carriers being spin-offs of former legacy carriers trying to imitate the low-cost model. All of that will definitely increase the pressure on margins.
Following our captain, it is correct that Easyjet's financial performance over the years has been strong, with a growth of profit from 2012 to 2013 of more than 11%. Return of capital employed grew by 6.1%, and total shareholder return grew by impressive 143.8%. This strong financial performance is rooted in a clear mission statement to make travel easy and affordable, to a ambition statement of being Europe's preferred short-haul airline. In order to achieve this ambition, Easyjet has set out 5 strategic drivers with focus on cost and capital discipline, a strong and attractive network and presence in Europe, and Easyjet's customer interface and customer options. The people of Easyjet are passionate and friendly, as well as the airline has a strong focus on simplicity in systems as well as processes. Overall, a very well-running airline with a clear statement of their business.
Before we reach cruising altitude and start this strategic process, we will have to ask some essential questions to better assess Easyjet's current positioning. What is it that makes their business model sustainable? What is it that they do that maybe they should continue to be doing in the future? But also, what is it that they might have to avoid in the future? In addition to that, we also have to look into what they're not doing today they should consider to be doing. And last but not least, we have to take into consideration what is the interest of the shareholder of Easyjet. In a nutshell, there are various options. They could either go with the low-cost model as they did in the past. They can also follow a growth path, but maybe there are different ways to grow. And also, there are differentiation options of the model. We'll try to provide some answers to you.
we decided to use SWOT analysis to understand internal and external environment of Easyjet. Let's start with strengths. The first is strong position in European Union market. Easyjet is present in 49 out of 100 top cities. Easyjet has highly recognized brand and reputation, which is connected with excellence and on-time performance, additionally accompanied with intuitive website. The third one is strong balance sheet, which goes together with sustainable, low-cost setup and low portfolio. Now, the dark side of weakness. First of all, Easyjet has limited access to important business airports. Second, only internet booking is possible. Third, limited differentiation of products. Let's move to external environment, which creates opportunities for Easyjet. First of all, company can benefit by redefining of low-cost carrier model to future customer needs. Moreover, Easyjet can benefit from better positioning of bases and further improvement of density in order to serve better business customers. Easyjet can also expand into developing countries. Additionally, companies should consider usage of larger aircraft to foster scale economy. Now we move to threats. The most important is increase of fuel prices as main driver of Easyjet costs. Potential risk for companies is also connected with increasing competition and hybrid strategies of traditional carriers. It is also visible that trains and buses are perfect substitutes for shorter routes. The third group consists of imbalanced economic development within European Union countries, accompanied with geographical density of secondary airports and seasonality of industry.
At the level of business strategies, we recommend that Easyjet move to a hybrid model to build sustainable competitive advantage. That hybrid model combines cost leadership with differentiation features tailored to the target customer groups. We see three main business strategies that will allow Easyjet to develop that differentiated offering. The first is the route network. Easyjet flies to most key ports already, but some airports still offer opportunities, and we think, for example, Vienna offers a great example of an airport that is also generally in a region we believe offers great opportunities towards Central and Eastern Europe. We see future growth there, and we believe that getting in early makes it very hard for competitors to enter profitably afterwards, in particular once airports in these regions become slot constrained. That's when it becomes virtually impossible for rivals to enter. On the route network we see a second point. In the current setup, Easyjet has routes on which it flies maybe once or twice a week. It's quite opportunistic, but it is inconsistent with the target segment of business travelers. If you want to capture that segment, you have to offer an opportunity whereby business travelers fly into a city in the morning and then out again back home in the evening. And that generally gets us to the segment of strategies that we will be linking to business travelers. We see that as a fantastic growth opportunity for Easyjet. We've seen movement in that direction, for example, through allocated seating that is consistent with what business travelers need. Aside from that as an example and high frequency on business routes, we see an opportunity to offer travel management systems for corporate clients. And the aim there is to enable easy booking for corporates, to offer cost control and budget management facilities for corporate clients, and that could then be combined with offering corporate rates, and so basically a pricing regime whereby you take into account the total volume of business from that company. Now, the great benefit, aside from the ease for the customer, is that once a customer has invested in that system and how that works, that is an investment of energy and of time, it will be far harder for a rival to get a foothold at that corporate client, and we believe there's a major advantage in offering that precisely for that reason. And then there's a third strand of business strategies that we recommend, and that is overall service innovation. These are elements that are relatively easy perhaps for competitors to duplicate and copy, but we still think that it is valuable to explore these. Examples in this segment would include streamlined booking facilities both online and through smartphone applications, and we've seen great examples here, and we believe that offering this is entirely consistent with a cost leadership strategy, and in addition it offers ease again for the customer. Another feature would be offering door-to-door travel services, for example by collaborating with a taxi booking service. And a third example here could be offering wireless internet services on flights, in particular because that would benefit customers who travel for business and want to get ready for meetings for the day when they fly into their office location, or when they fly back home again and want to finalize work. And so to summarize that, the overall business strategy that we recommend is to build a hybrid model with a very firm base in cost leadership, but add differentiation in areas that are hard to duplicate and that tie in exactly to the customer segments that Easyjet wants to target.
We are now getting to the corporate strategy side of this presentation, in which we will define the firm boundaries. Within our diagnosis, we show that the market is becoming more and more competitive, and that an increasing number of airlines is operating as low cost. The rise of energy and airport taxes is bringing a lot of pressure on operation. There is also an emerging need for a relaxing flight experience from customer side and a real concern for safety. Easyjet is part of a diversified group and follow a focused corporate strategy today. We believe that it is not the right time for diversification or vertical integration for the Easyjet company. We believe that it should remain focused on its initial business. On the other hand, because the market is moving, Easyjet should prepare itself for market change and being able to adapt quickly and, if necessary, change its boundaries. For this, the company should learn and prepare itself for the future and securing the current operation key aspects. The first risk is linked to the newcomers and limited market in Europe, and the second is the risk linked to security and the importance of maintenance. To learn about geographic diversification opportunity, we advise that the company creates a new non-equity strategic partnership with non-European airlines, first to attract volume for its current business, but also to learn about new opportunities outside Europe. To become more flexible and capable of managing a vertical integration strategy, and because size will be in the coming year a key aspect, we advise Easyjet to look after the right partner to create a joint venture which will be positioned as a low-cost maintenance center in Europe, bringing its expertise of low-cost operation and enabling Easyjet to learn about a key aspect of the supply chain. To remain low-cost, we believe that the actual structure of the company should be unchanged. The joint venture setup and management can be supervised by Varvik Brady, who holds currently the position of COO and joined the company as a procurement director in 2009. The strategic alliance setup and management can be handled by Peter Duffy, the marketing director, which will take advantage of this new responsibility to build expansion scenario and analyze market opportunity.
Before we're going to land in 2020, let me quickly go through some important safety tips for a sustainable competitive advantage. Easyjet needs to create a higher route density, which has been lost due to intensive growth over the last years. They have to keep their assets in the air as long as possible and further strengthen their operational excellence and on-time performance. Due to continuous learning and focus on changing customer needs, they will be able to create a differentiated customer experience to remain a top choice in Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, we just landed in 2020 and hope you had a pleasant stay on board. We are looking forward to welcoming you to one of our future strategy trips, and thank you for choosing Indion Consulting.